Hi everybody, my name is Adrian. I'm a spiritual regression hypnosis practitioner, and in this video I want to speak to you about twin flame hypnosis, okay, or hypnosis for to find your twin flame, to get your twin flame, because everybody has this thing that they just want to find their twin flame, so imagine really your life, if you everything that you want. And when we say twin flame, we're speaking so much more than just a beautiful loving relationship. Everything in your life just really works out. It doesn't mean that you don't have problems and worries and concerns, but you're so in control of your life and of your situations and of your sort of like your life choices, like the choices that you choose for yourself, career, how you live your day to day, that sort of thing. So I'm going to tell you right from the start, and a lot of times people don't like to hear this, but this is the simple truth. The twin flame journey is all about you. Okay, a lot of times we spend a lot of energy trying to find the person that's going to come around to complete us. We are looking for our better half. We are looking for, that one true love that we always wanted. The simple truth is that person exists, but that is the person that you see when you look in the mirror and you look at your own eyes and you don't like what you see. You love what you see. You accept what you see. You crazy about what you see, okay. And it takes some time and it takes some work sometimes, for you to get to this space. And so if you thought that I'm going to speak about how I can help you to find the one true person that's going to open all the doors for you and everything's going to be like, oh, hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay. Well, in a sense, we really are. But so your life is all about you, your values, your choices, who you are, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about life, what you believe about your worth, what you believe about your value. Because it is the beliefs that you have about yourself that shapes the experiences that we have in life. Now, a lot of times we are looking for something or someone from an outside source to come in and to give us what it is that we are looking for. But in actual fact, we sort of want to look at it in the other way around. It is who we are on the inside that reflects to us the life experience that we have on the outside. Because the outside part of our world, of our life, of our experiences, that is the manifestation part of what is happening inside. All right. So if you are you're looking for love, you're open to love, you'd love to have a loving experience, you maybe love to get married or have a family, or you had it before and it didn't work out, maybe you got divorced, or I don't know, your previous partner just ghosted you, but bottom line is, in the romance department, things are not going so well. Okay. Now, whether you are having problems in the romance department, in the career department, in the financial department, maybe with your neighbors, you feel that this always happens to you, that always happens to you. Here's the simple truth. There is something inside of you that is believing that the situation, no matter what it is somehow serving you in a positive way. Okay, so that is why with hypnosis we're going past this sort of conscious part, because only about 3 to 5% of your conscious thoughts contributes to like your complete experience of life. The other rest, all of it is here in the back of your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious part of your mind. So if you want to have a change in your life, if you want to meet that love, if you want to have that beautiful experience, if you want to have that life that when you wake up in the morning you're happy, and when you go to bed at night and you're happy, and you're feeling fulfilled, and things are working out, and the miracles are flowing, and the blessings are flowing, and the abundance is there, and the wealth is there, and the health is good, and of course the love is good, then it is within yourself. As we live in a world where we very much want to go look on the outside for a solution, somebody has to come save us. Nobody's going to come save you. And the simple reason for that is this. Like, a lot of times we meet someone in a relationship wise or in a friendship wise, or in a job, and initially we're getting along quite well and it's really, really beautiful. But the moment things get good, something sort of happens that makes things start to crumble a little, or it can be one of those experiences where it feels like a carpet has been ripped out from underneath you. And obviously that is not a very pleasant experience, especially if it happens repeatedly. But so somewhere in your mind, there is some sort of belief that this is serving you well, that this is a safe choice, that you're being protected. Okay, and this could be something in the lines of, say maybe you are a singer. Okay, and you love singing, you love music, you're very good at what you do, and you practice and you get the part that you really want to have, and maybe this is at school or you're still very young, and you get the part that you want to have, and just as you walk out on the stage, for some weird reason, you kind of slip right across the stage, boom, off the stage or into a wall or pillar or whatever. Everybody laughs at you, ha 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 ha. You're feeling totally embarrassed, maybe you ripped your costume, and so your mind says to you, it's what based on your immediate thought within that moment. And this is not really anybody's fault, but so what your mind says to you is that it's not safe for you to go for things that is going to make you feel so happy and so empowered, because something horrible can happen as a result of that. Okay, so in that sense, it doesn't mean that it's right or that it's wrong. That is just what your mind believes, and because that is what your mind believes, it's gonna find a way to not let certain things be the way that you want them to be. Okay, so if you're saying you're looking for love and you're looking for a good relationship and for twin flame, then and it's just not working out. All right. And I know that some people don't like to hear this, but if it's not working out, it can't always be them. It has to be something inside of you. This is not a judgment upon yourself. This doesn't mean that there's a weakness upon yourself. All it simply means is that somewhere in your mind, there's a belief or a pattern or a set of beliefs or a set of patterns about yourself and about life and about this sort of circumstances that is not serving you in a positive way. Because this is what the twin flame journey is really all about. And I know that it's been incredibly romanticized, by various sort of aspects. And love is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. We all want love, and there's nothing wrong with wanting love, because sometimes when we say that whatever you want, if you're not having it within yourself, sometimes we begin to feel that, okay, maybe I shouldn't want that. But in a world that you can have absolutely anything, why wouldn't you want something that, will make your heart happy? My thoughts, at least. Okay. But it's about feeling, what am I worthy of? What's my value? What's my worth? What do I deserve? And just think about it like this, if you will, please. So sometimes we feel that you're in a relationship and the relationship doesn't work out for whatever reason, or there's difficulty. So we start stressing, we start being concerned. Oh my goodness, it's not going to work out. Maybe another failure, or I'm 30 years old, I'm 35 years old, I'm not married, I don't have my life together the way that I should have it together, according to how the world say I must have my life together. And I can relate to that, because I remember when I turned 30 years old, and it's now 2020. I'm 37. I'm about to turn 38 on the 8th of July. But at the age of 30, when I turned 30, I felt like the biggest failure on this planet, because I wasn't married. I don't have kids. I didn't have my own house. I wasn't really happy in my career. I wasn't making the money that I feel that I should make. That I wasn't able to fully sustain myself yet. So I couldn't be independent, which I really, really like and prefer. And then your mind starts spiraling out. So this is who I am, because now you start looking at yourself as a failure. You don't see the things that you're doing well, you see the things where you are lacking, okay, which are really areas of improvement. Because by seeing the so-called lacking that you don't have, when your mind shows you what you don't have, by default, it also has the solution for what you have already set in place. But sometimes we focus so much on what it is that we don't have that, we sort of give more energy to that. And we, instead of healing that pattern, we're actually strengthening it, and then we have less. You see how that doesn't really serve you in a positive way? Okay? So when you realize that you're already whole and complete, that everything that you want in life, you're born with it. It's your birthright to make of your life whatever you choose. That we are part of a source that wants us to win, that wants us to succeed, that wants to be by our side, that wants to fully support us all the way. But we have to open ourselves to that. Okay, when we begin to get that, then things really begin to change for us. Really, mind change for us. And when you are, the thing about the twin flame journey is that it is a certain sort of energy vibration that you arrive at. Okay. And a lot of times when we're not feeling good inside our lives, we say, if only I had a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife, a partner, that sort of thing, I'll be feeling so much better. And I can fully understand that. But here's the thing. When you're having that mind thought, that mind pattern, then what you are saying is that you are still looking for the solution somewhere on the outside. Okay? But, sorry, when you realize that you can still want a partner, you can still want a wife, you can still want a husband, you can still want a girlfriend, you can still want a boyfriend, you can still, with all your heart, want all of that, all that beauty, all that love, all that support, all that kinship, all that togetherness, all that wacky, crazy, fun, partnership. You can still want it with all of who you are, and you can have it. But it's a bit of a contradiction when you get to the point where you realize as much as you want it, you don't have to have it. Okay, so you would like it, and even if that relationship doesn't work out, it'll still break your heart. You'll still be sad. You'll still be missing your boo. Okay, but you understand also that your happiness is defined by you, by who you are. When you become fully happy with who you are, so you're like, you know what, I would really like to be with someone. I feel a little bit lonely, but just because you get to this point where you realize, I'm feeling lonely, I would like to have companionship, but you don't feel that you are a failure because you don't have that. You don't feel that you are failing at life because you don't have that. Because all these rules that are made up about when you're supposed to, be married and have your white picket fence and your 3-bedroom house and your good job and your 2 cars and, all the sort of accolades that you're supposed to have in life. These are things that are made up by other people. And sometimes when we think about it, we realize that, if these sort of guidelines were never put in front of me, I may have chosen differently for myself. All right. So the twin flame journey is really about finding that beauty, that love, that harmony within yourself. And when you do, it is basically inevitable that you attract the same sort of energy, because this is what I say to people a lot of times. So this is where you are, and you're not feeling so good about your life, and you're not feeling so positive about your life, and you're looking for somebody else to come around to complete you, okay? To make you feel better about yourself, better about life, better about circumstances. Now you kind of feel like you can cope, okay? And beautiful as that is, the simple truth is that nobody on this planet is able to make you happy. Happiness is something that comes from inside of you. It's something that's who you are. It's something that you become. It's an energy that is within you that you unlock. Because this is what happens. So if you meet somebody, and so you're on this journey to find this beautiful, wonderful version of who you are. So you're very much on the journey, and you're doing well. You're not there yet, but life is a journey, but you're kind of getting there. So you're like, there, but not 100% there. And so you meet somebody who's also sort of there, and not 100% there. But this person is not interested in becoming there. They're happy to just be there, sort of like the limbo there. Nothing wrong with that. But then as you then move forward, so you have what we call like, a spiritual awakening, and you have this beautiful connection with yourself, and you realize your true value, and you realize your worth, and you realize who you are, and you realize that happiness is within you, and you realize your divinity and your value and your worth. Now, this person is still not really there, and they're not interested in getting there either. Now, when you think about it, you met each other on this level of vibration because you wanted to attract somebody here, and the universe had to respond to that. Okay? So as you move up, now you want this person to be here as well, but they are actually not. So that causes more friction. Now there's a lesson to be learned, about release and free will and all those other things. So my journey, as is your journey, as is all our journey, and my recommendation for the journey is that when we become the best version of ourselves that you can possibly become, when you can find the happiness within yourself, the love within yourself, the appreciation within yourself, when you say that you'd really, really, really like to have somebody in your life, you'd love to spend your life with somebody, but you don't feel like this complete failure as a result of not having that yet, then you're in that space where you really you've got a good relationship with your heart, between your heart and your soul and your logic and your emotions. And then you just kind of shine up. So when the right person arrives, because you sort of then, you sort of attract this beauty that you have within yourself, then you recognize it when it shows up. And now you are 100% and 100% that can come together, and you can form 1,000%. All right. So that is really what the twin flame journey is all about. Obviously, if you're already with someone and things are not really working on the way that you'd like them to work out, then of course there is the option for so in my capacity, like for example with my regression hypnosis that I do, and I do the whole past life regression, inner child healing. I'm going to put some links down below for the other videos that I have on what I do. It is really that sometimes you say, okay, so two people are coming together because I do Reiki, I do crystal healing, I do NLP, I do life coaching, so I bring all those things together. So, okay, so this is where we are. So we're already here. We're already inside the situation. How do we go from here? What do you need from each other? What do you need from yourself? Okay, and here's the beautiful, beautiful thing. A lot of times we sometimes, with someone, and it's a bit of an on-off relationship, and it's flippity-floppity, and it's not really, 100% maybe how you'd like it to be. And you're not sure if this person want to be with you, and maybe there's a third party involved. But a lot of times people don't like to hear this. But when you're inside that situation, you're sort of part of that situation. You're contributing to it. Even though you may not want it, you're contributing to it based on your beliefs and about your values, basically from your subconscious about life and about yourself. But when you change those, everything else around you changes as well. And when you come from a point of love, and everything I do is about coming from a point of love, it's about connecting with your heart space. So when you come from a point of love, and you search in your mind for those solutions of love. So, your mind has to acknowledge what you bring in. So you say, I'm looking for love. I'd like to have partnership. I'd like to have a beautiful, happy life. All those type of things that ticks your boxes according to you. And I want it because I know that I deserve it. I know that I'm worth it. I know that it'll make my life so much better. I know that I'm ready. So now you're coming from a space where your mind can give you solutions that are coming from a point that basically honors yourself, honors your word, honors your value, happy now and happy going forward. But when you come to your mind and you say, I want to have love, I want to have a partner, I need to have a boo because I'm feeling so unhappy and I'm feeling weak and I'm feeling kind of useless, and I'm feeling like such a failure. Your mind has to acknowledge what it is that you bring as well. So even when you attract somebody into your life, and even if it's beautiful, you also attracted that energy of feeling some lack, feeling limitation. And that is how we sometimes have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful relationships for a little while. And then, it's like it falls down the sideways, down the hayways again. All right. So that is actually how those things happen. And it is when we heal the pattern within ourselves that, and this is a big one. This is a really, really big one. But you will either stay with the person if you're with someone at the moment, or your parts will separate. But even if your parts separate, it can be an experience that is still serving the greatest good of all. It can be an experience where everybody can still win, and that is a difference that we have. That is what we can make. That is a choice that we have. That's the power that you have. That when you change within the situation, when you become a conscious manifester of what it is that you'd like to have, then you understand that to go from year to year, there's things that you need to do. Okay? If you are 18 years old or 19 years old and you're able to afford like the most beautiful Ferrari or a Buick or whatever, but you don't know how to drive, then we're going to have to start at the basics. Okay? Yes, you can have the Buick. Yes, you can afford the Buick. You've got the space in your garage for the Buick. But in order for this to be something that's a benefit in your life, that serves you beautifully, that serves you optimally, that gives you that snazzy type of feel, you're going to have to be able to drive. You're going to have to understand the rules of the road. You're going to have to acquire that skill so that the blessing is a beautiful, wonderful blessing that benefits your life in incredible, fantastic ways. It's exactly the same with the twin flame journey. Okay. You want to know that life comes from you. You are the fountain of all. And it's about understanding who you are and what is withholding you from what it is that you want that actually helps you to go forward in your life, in your relationships, in your current, in your future, in your job, with your finances, with your health, with your wealth, with your relationship with those that are not working out well, and with yourself and with life. Okay? Namaste.